Okay, gentlemen, hopefully this means we're back. The stream seems to be up and running. Go for it. Let's see how we go.
Rightio, we're back, guys. It's some minor technical difficulties becoming a habit here of wheel-to-wheel racing. We're back live, though, thanks to the God's work of Dodgy. Oh, mate, if you can get the stream going, mate, that's fine. Qualifying should just about starting soon. A couple of drivers just getting their starts sorted out. Thanks to Intrinsic for waiting on for us rather than going ahead. So we're going to give you the full show here tonight, guys. We're not going to cut corners here and give you half a show. We're giving you the full show.
Yeah, so Intrinsic's just sent the message out now, so yeah, we should be starting another minute or two, I think. Yeah, so ZD's gone down the wrong way.
I got Dragon here reversing all the way through the source.
So, I think we're already speaking about picks for tonight. I think the reverse grid is going to be something else altogether. I think if we see qualifying times with everyone spread by about a second, I think both race 2 and 3 is going to be on, because it's going to be so hard to pass with that closeness.
Qualifying started, and yeah, look, I don't think the qualifying will matter a bit, but I don't think about a 5 or 6 second lead over
Vintage
and Dragons.
Yep. It seems to be luck of the draw whether you can get out quick or not out of these out of the pits here. And yeah, so I think Smithbank's going to be the new person to get 2 laps. Maybe Vintage and Super Dragon if they help each other on the outlap.
Ben's out last. He waited about 30 seconds before leaving the pit. So look at Ben to really put in a nice fast lap.
I think what you might get from here, you might see Jonesy being the only one to get 2 quali laps in.
Agreed.
Yeah, judging by the previous races this evening, the quali, it was really only the first driver out that got the 2 laps. So if he pushes, he might get that lucky bonus.
Yeah, I think Jonesy's guaranteed, unless he has a spin on this lap or on his flying lap, he's going to get 2 laps guaranteed, I think.
When that Lexus is going to be even beneficial for him.
Yeah, and I think it's a bit of pot luck whether you can get out of the pits quick enough. Since he's got no one with him, I think you're right. It's going to be him all alone.
Dragon and Vintage are right on top of each other here. Hopefully that's not going to cause any issues when the lap comes, but
I don't mind that at all, to be honest. So normally you want to give yourself the clean space, but that BMW is at such a disadvantage down the Camel Straight that Vintage needs that tow from Super Dragon to try and pull himself up the qualifying leaderboard. But yeah, everyone else is still pretty close. It looks like everyone wants to get the tow off the next person in front. But yeah, once he gets to the corners, it's going to be a bit tricky. But Vintage knows what he's doing. He needs that tow.
So what's the car that's got the power? What are the cars that have got the power? What are the cars that don't, that need the tow?
I think so. From what I know, the Jag and the Aston are just monsters in a straight line in this lobby. I think the Corvette's also pretty handy in a straight line. The BMW is definitely down on top end speed, and it definitely needs a tow. I'm really not sure about the Toyota though for Intrinsic. The McLarens are probably somewhere between the Aston and the BMW. They're not terrible, but they're also not the quickest, but they are very good through the corners. So yeah, I think
watching Jonesy cross the line, Jonesy crossed at about 2 minutes 30, so he's going to get in a second lap, and Dragon and Vintage were about 4 or 5 seconds behind. So Dragon and Vintage, they're going to be the one lappers here, so it'll be interesting to see how they go with their qualifying.
What sort of time are you expecting pole to be?
Probably thinking like a 26 is where the times to go for. Like a mid 26 was a good lap. Fine Move said to me earlier on that 25s are possible. But I think 26s, if you've only got the one lap, is probably going to be your best bet.
Yeah, I think a low 26.
Yeah, agreed. A low 26. I think we had a 25, a couple, maybe 1 or 2 25s in the Div 1 round earlier tonight. I'm thinking maybe 26.2, 26.3. I think might just do it.
Intrinsic had to pull out after no name, so Intrinsic's going to lose lots of time. He fell behind Con.
Yeah, that's a little unlucky there for Intrinsic. But again, it's 3 races across the night, so he's just got to knuckle down, settle in for the night, and if he can't make ground in race 1, he's got race 2 and 3 to fall back on there. I still think in 10th, G-Man, he's one to watch. He's got clear air, clear track. He's been very quick all week.
Has the WRX got the legs to go through the back straight and through Blanchimont though?
It does not have good top end speed, but it more than makes up for it through the corners. And G-Man is a great steerer. He knows what to do with that car. He's been getting really quick times out of that car.
You watch his launch off the start. G-Man.
Yeah, he just
stop chicane. Jonesy's coming through with about 5 seconds, so Jonesy's going to get the second lap in, and he sets the benchmark 26.5. Dragon's through next. He's going to set a 26.5. Vintage a 26.4. Smooth Blanket another 26.4. Ripdock a 27.4. Spencer 26.8. Con with a 27.3. Intrinsic a 31.0. So that slowdown through no name really hurt him badly.
26.1 for G. Sorry, mate.
Straight to the top.
G in the WRX. Pagani a 27.5. He's back after a race ban. And Zedi with a 26.4.
ZD in second place, yeah, so it's some of the usual names that we were expecting. But who we got? So Jonesy's still in that flying lap, yeah?
Yeah, Jonesy's the only one who's got a flying lap, so he fell down to 5th. Oh. He's purple at the moment, 2 tenths up.
I think that's... So I want to get too excited about that purple, though. As we said, the Subaru isn't the quickest in a straight line, so he really needs to hold it through these corners. Well, I think it's a better indication maybe at the second split.
Jones is in a Lexus, and Ben set a 26.3 to go second place in the Corvette.
Yeah. Should we try cut to G-Man to get his thoughts on how
see what G
went?
thinks.
Hey, boys. There you go.
G.
Good, G.
How'd you get the
how's your night going so far?
Not too bad. I don't really like the qualifying settings. Yeah, it just feels a lot slipperier and grips up and it slips. But yeah, I'm half.
Surprised to see yourself on pole so far with the Subaru.
Yeah, I thought Ben would have knocked a 25 out, but yeah, it is what it is.
Great work, G-Man. I mean, you're starting on pole at the moment. I mean, we've still got Jonesy on a flying lap, so
yep.
You know, we'll soon find out. He's 3 tenths down on his best lap at the moment, so I'd say your pole position's safe right now. You'll be able to straight away.
Yeah, watch me launch, boys.
Yeah, those four-wheel drive cars here in Group 4 not the best, not the fairest.
Yeah, just repeat.
Not the best for everyone else. They're good. They're good for the person driving them off the start. That's for sure.
My tyres do go off around lap 4, so I'm going to have to get a good gap.
Jonesy's back into the bus stop again.
I was about to say the four-wheel drive would be good for the launch, but how's the tyre wear on the WRX?
Lap 4, she starts to tend to go off.
And Jonesy's 7 tenths down on his lap, so no improvement there.
And from what I understand, G, we'll let you go for the race start, but he's running brake bias 5 to the rear, and his front tyres still go off, so that really shows how much tyre wear those four-wheel drive cars really put on the front tyres, all that pressure. But G-Man, fire away. Good luck, man.
Thanks, G. So, classic Herman Tilke track, turn 1, La Source is a 180-degree hairpin. We've got 13 drivers heading into turn 1. Who's going to be the biggest winner and who's going to be the biggest loser?
G-Man, he's just going to streak away off the start. So I think G-Man's going to be the winner.
What's happened?
G-Man, he's had a bad start.
Did he get a false start there? No?
G-Man back third. Smooth Blanket trying to hold it around the outside there in fourth.
Smooth Blanket's got the run there, so he's already cut across in front of Vintage, and you've got G-Force now trying to make it back. He's letting in behind Vintage, coming in for the toe, with Super Dragon following right behind.
Pagani is making it. Pagani was too wide heading down the hill, but they all go through the hill through a Rouge Radion quite well. single file. So ZD leading Ben, and they've got about a 1.2 second lead over the rest of the field. Smooth Blanket in third, Vintage in fourth, and G.
Ben's going for a move.
Yeah, top five.
Yeah, Ben's through it on ZD. Vintage has managed to hold on to third with Smooth Blanket making a move on G-Man. G-Force coming into at the end of the straight there. So good job there for Vintage, being at the front of the trains and always the easiest with so much slipstream behind you.
Coming through Brussels there, they're all single file. Spence makes a move down the inside there. He's going to pick up the position on Panmac. Yes, he picks up the position on Panmac. Panmac a bit wide out of no name, so they'll give Rip a good chance to run through the double gouge. But he's just going to sit single file there. Back to the front of the field, ZD's looking down the inside through fifth back, and he's going to get the move. He's going to get. Can we hold the line?
Puts the pressure on.
ZD's in the lead. Ben loses that to ZD.
But what that's doing now,
right there as well.
Yeah, Vintage is pulled away from Smooth Blanket, and right on the back of Ben and ZD early on.
G-Man's going to have the run right up through Blanchimont. Smooth Blanket a bit wide there, so he's going to lose out to G-Man. Is Dragon going to be able to get through as well?
This is going to be difficult here, though, because G-Man, the card doesn't have the legs, unfortunately. He's going to have to pull it back in. But it's then a matter of whether Super Dragon...
Got the move around the outside. Dragon's around the outside as well. Blanchimont. Pagani's coming up as well.
Oh.
He's going to take 2 for 1 into the bus stop.
Smooth Blanket's just fallen right back. He just lost out big time there. Unlucky for...
He's up into 5th. He gets 2 for 1 there. Spencer's up to 8th as well, so Smooth Blanket's lost out big time. Panmac's going to look for a move around the outside as well.
That's what I love about this tracking group. For there is battles everywhere. Everyone is so close in times. So
Panmac on the cutback down the inside. He's going to get the move done through Jonesy. Is Ripdoc going to follow through as well? They're going to be 2 wide through Arouge and Radion here. This is going to be hectic stuff. 2 wide. Can they do it? Oh yes, they
just
do
holds
it.
on.
Jonesy, well done holding on there to the 2 wide.
Ooh, someone up ahead's got a penalty though. That's Smooth Blanket with a 1 second penalty, so he must have had a bit of a moment through Rouge Radio there as well.
That's a big penalty. Spence down the inside, big time. He pulls out of it, so he should be fine there, but gives Panmac the chance now to come up and try and make a move, but he thinks better of it.
Look, it's always difficult lap 2 in the slip, trying to judge that braking marker again, but also in the person who's
Vintage is in second. He's going to have the run on ZD here through No Name. Vintage has got the lead here in the BMW.
ZD's not making it easy.
No,
ZD won't want to make it easy at all. Wow, what a move by Vintage.
Top spot.
G-Man is in 4th.
ZD's really pushing the issue right here. He's really firing back up the inside, but that really shows the speed difference between that Jag and the BMW right there. But that's allowed G-Man to get right back onto the back of this train.
All within a second of each other. The top 4 within 7/10 of each other. Dragon's about 1.2 behind. So this is tenths of each. Great stuff. Like I said, you could just throw a blanket over this field and
good, but
Ben's got the power in that Corvette with the V8 there, so G-Man's just going to hold the line here.
And that's what's going to be interesting coming down the Kemmel Straight again. So Vintage is going to have the tow from ZD going down that straight, which is going to help that Beamer along. Even though the
Smooth Blanket's still got his penalty there, the inside. And Smooth Blanket is going to carry...
he's
almost
trying.
That penalty. So he's going to lose a lot of time there. He's now down in 11th after starting well within the top 5. The top 3 at the moment on lap 3, ZD with a half a second lead over behind Vintage there. G-Man in 4th. He's about half a second down.
Vintage just needs to get up a bit closer to get that slipstream out of ZD. I don't think he's quite close enough.
Sit in the middle of the track. Ben's now at the B pillar there, so Ben's got the corner here.
No, Ben backs out of it. And that's the thing, it's so hard to pass that. The Corvette is quicker, but when it's a double tow, it really makes it more difficult to get through.
The G-Man gets right back up here into the battle pack here. Dragon's just watching here in 5th place, licking his lips, waiting for a mistake to pounce onto the...
Really shines in this car.
Vintage is going to be all over ZD. He's all over ZD. Scrolling back through the field, Smooth Bunker's picked up another penalty, so it looks like he just can't get over Rouge Ratty on right at the moment, and he's a bit wide there.
He holds it.
Holds it, but the penalty there, it's going to hurt him massively, and Intrinsic just... Unfortunate for Intrinsic, he's back down in 12th, just can't keep with the field. It looks like Con's had a mistake as well, because he's in last place at the moment.
Yeah, Intrinsic I think must have got caught up on lap 1 because his second lap's actually been very competitive. It's within 3/10 of Super Dragon's fastest lap, so Intrinsic he's showing pace.
Ben there. Ben.
Yeah, no, he'll slip back in. Ben's just got too much speed there, but what this will do is set G-Man up for the bus stop chicane. It is a corner that you can pass either inside or out. You can get the move done either way.
And Vintage there was having a look as well. Like, all this battling here from the top 4 is just bringing Dragon in as well. So this is going to be a 5-way car for the lead. Lap 4 of 6. So it's not a long race here, but it's a very entertaining one, that's for sure.
Yeah, and if Vintage just gets a little bit not the best run out of that turn 1 there, but Ben's going to have to slide right in.
He's got another good run out of turn 1 as well. He's going to come up to Rouge Ratty on side by side with Ben. Thinks better of it though and pulls in behind Ben.
Ben might actually have the run here. Oh, Ben goes wide. Oh, he may get a penalty out of that. Ooh, very unlucky there. Yeah, he's got the penalty. He knew it. He already indicated.
Down the Camel Straight then. Probably not the best place to burn it. He loses the position to Dragon. You're also going to lose the position here to Pagani, sorry, as well.
Jeez, no, Dragon's up on G-Force.
Yeah, G-Man's really looking racy right now. He's wanting to get past Vintage now. He's already on the back of Vintage right here. CD is pulled away a little bit now, maybe 1.2 seconds at the moment. So yeah, G-Man will be seeing that and be like, nah, I need to get up to him.
Vintage's tyres are probably looking the worst here at the moment between ZD and Vintage and himself. G-Man, the fronts there are not liking it at the moment, and the rears are still perfect.
Yeah, that's what you're going to see out of that Subaru. The rears will pretty much have no tyre wear issues at all throughout the whole race, but the fronts will be pretty worn. Oh, Vintage just goes a little bit wide through there.
Max trying to look down the inside of Ben there, thinks better of it. Maybe a bit of contact as well. Spence and Pagani are door to door as well, coming through 5th and down through Stavelot. Pagani's a bit wide there, so Spencer's going to have to run right all the way through up through Blanchemont. He's wide again at Stavelot. Spence had nowhere to go and had to go into the back of Pagani. And Dragon's down the inside of G-Man. So Dragon's up into 2nd here. ZD is flying away at the moment. He's about 2.1 seconds ahead of the field. So that's the benefit of clean air. You don't get caught up in the battles. You can just run your own lines and watch everyone else just falling behind. As Spence goes down the inside of Pagani in the bus stop chicane, Pagani gets the inside line coming out, so Pagani's going to maintain position here, but can Spence get the run to go down the inside into La Source here?
Oh, he's showing the nose there. You know, putting the pressure on. Oh, late brakes. He gets the job done. Very clean, but Pagani will have the better run on the outside there.
He's going to have the power out here, and Ben's looking down the inside as well. Panmac as well. There's another 4-car battle here for 5th place. Dragging a little bit of loose through Rouge Radion, so that's going to give G-Man the run right up through Camel. A good middle sector here to fight for the podium positions here is where lap 5, lap 6 here at Spa. G-Man round the outside of Dragon. Awesome move there.
Yeah, that really just shows how good the Subaru is, and also in the hands of G around the corners at this track.
Spence also around the outside of Ben, so Ben's down to 6th, Spence up into 5th. Pagani, the biggest loser there, he's in 7th, but he's looking around the outside of Ben. Is he going to hold it here around Brussels?
He will have the inside run for the next corner though. Good lines there by Pagani.
Ben thinks better of it. Jonesy's up there in 8th. So we've got about a 4 or 5 car battle here for 5th. Intrinsic's right on the bumper of Ripdoc here, so Ripdoc running a defensive line into 5th F. Oh, bit of a bump there from between G-Man and Dragon. That's going to give Vintage the run right up through Blanchemont. I think the battle here at the moment is for 6th place at the moment. Pagani's leading the group here.
Sorry. Saw Super Dragon just come up the inside of G, really just forced the issue past there as they go.
That's going to go wide here. Vintage might benefit a little bit. You can run a little bit wide through Blanchemont and not pick up a penalty there.
Final lap, guys. About to start. ZD's just run away with it at the moment. Where do we think the battle lies for this final lap? It's just too many places a little bit. 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and then a good battle with it back there for about 6th, 7th, 8th as well.
Yeah, look, Dale, keep on top of the battle here for 2nd. I'm going to keep on the battle here for 6th. As Ben's looking down the inside, thinks better of it. That's going to give Jonesy the run right up through into turn 1. Panmac as well is sitting there in 9th. Intrinsic and Ripdoc were fighting there for 10th. Intrinsic benefits there. How are we going up there at the top of the field, Dale?
Yes, I think G-Man's in a position he doesn't want to be in right now. He's got Super Dragon all over the back of him coming down this main straight, down the Camel Straight there, so he's going to have to give up the position to Super Dragon, who will get the job done before we come to those combs right there. And Vintage is
Ben's looking around the outside of Pagani here, coming up into Lake Com. Pagani defensive position. He's going to disadvantage here a little bit. Holds up Ben. Jones is looking down the inside of the exit of Lecom. It's going to cost everyone there behind time. Pagani's looking around the outside of Jonesy. Oh, he gets a move done through no name. So Panmac is up to 8th. Jonesy's down into 9th. And
Deployment, Super Dragon, G-Force and Vintage, with Spence really just closing up to the back of Vintage there. I'm not sure he's going to have enough time to really latch on and make a move, but it's really getting a little bit close between G-Force and Super Dragon there, who I think G-Force is really just waiting for that final chicane. There's not much he can do until that point, so he's just going to have to stick in the toe. He's within 3/10, so that's a good spot to be in to really get a bit of a slingshot through Blanchemont and then into the chicane.
Monesy right half here through the run through Blanchemont. Looks like Panmac and Ben are going to run too wide. Dale, lead us home, mate.
G-Man's within 10th and a half at the moment. We're almost at the braking zone now, the chicane. G-Man's going to have to go around the outside. Super Dragon brakes late, but pulls it up.
around the outside as well of Vintage there. He looks like he's going to hold it.
Yeah, Spence gets Vintage there. So G-Man tried to switch back, but Super Dragon just held it up on the apex long enough where G-Man didn't have the space to do so. So Vintage down into 5th. I know he won't be too happy with that spot on that final lap there.
Okay, gentlemen, sorry to interrupt you. Now the race is over. We seem to still be having a lag issue. Dale, can I get you to try and get Intrinsic to hold up the next race? I am going to have to reset again.